Okay, so this is a class on environmental systems. There are different kinds of systems in any environment. There's living systems, non-living systems, and what I call human systems. It's kind of our economy. It kind of has an effect on the whole environment now. We're so influential on our environment. We're going to talk first, well, you're going to research the living systems in your park first. So that's things like plants, animals, bacteria, birds, reptiles, fish, anything that's alive. So you got 3 assignments. First of all is to identify what lives in your park. And I suggest you start searching the web and you make a list. Then you're going to make a page on your website about the animals that live in your park. For example, you might just say, I'm going to use the native plants and animals page. Native means they're the things that live there. On your page, you're going to tell us where each thing lives, what it eats, and what eats them, if anything. Sometimes they won't. The reason I'm stressing what they eat and what eats them is the next thing you're going to do is make a food web. So, why don't we find some animals that live on Dartmoor National Park? Animals. Oh, animals on Dartmoor. Here we go. Dartmoor Wildlife. NPA Gov UK. If you see a website that ends in gov, that means it's run by the government, which means it's probably run by the National Park Service of that country. So, a good reliable source. Here's a species on Dartmoor. So we got a blue ground beetle. We got lots of animals here. Right? I suggest you write a list, because when you're just trying to find enough animals, it's kind of quicker just to write them all down, and then you can come and research them later. So we're going to have I like the look of the blue ground beetle, I suppose. Well, that would certainly do for one of them, a blue ground beetle. Okay, so we need a picture of it, so let's right click on it, save the image as. In my Y drive, blue ground beetle, save. Okay, so we edit. Now I'm going to put a title in, blue ground beetle. Return, and we're going to insert the picture. So we go insert, then image. We have to upload our image from our computer to Google. So we click upload images, blue ground beetle. It loads it up. We could put a picture, put a label here, blue ground beetle. This is really for people that can't see the picture. And we can change its size if we want, small, medium, large. I like large. And then underneath we need to write something about it. We need to write where it lives, what it eats, what eats it. So let's see, do they have more information on the blue ground beetle? They do. They've got information here. Lots of blue ground information. Oh, I'm going to pause this while I read the information. Okay, so it looks like it lives in woodlands, ancient woodlands, and it likes eating tree slugs. Let's see what else we can find. Before we do that, though, we should copy that website, that web page, and put it on our website, because we might need it again. And it's always good to show where you can find your information. So, sorry, let's see. Lives in ancient woodlands and eats tree slugs. What else can we find? Oh, I was going to say, what's it called? Blue ground beetle. Blue ground beetle. I've got more pictures, more information. If you like videos, then on the More on Google, click videos, and you'll find videos about it. We'll load up this one here. Oh, it's eating a slug. So there's lots of research you can do, but here we've got your basic kind of lives in ancient woodlands and eats tree slugs. We don't know what eats it, but hopefully we'll find an animal somewhere that eats beetles. Format, heading, makes it look nice, and then we're ready to do our next one. How many do you need to do? Well, we have a rubric here. Here we go. If you want to get an A grade, you're going to make a list of 15 organisms, and here you're going to describe them, and for an A grade you're going to include photographs, written descriptions, clearly explaining their roles in the ecosystem, so like where they live, what they eat. And then finally you're going to draw a food web putting everything together. And I have down here a little lesson on how to make a food web. So first things first, find your list of 15 plants and animals, write it down on paper, and then start putting them on your website, finding out where they live, what they eat, and what eats them, and put a picture.